Hello friends, welcome you all to the Target UPSC Prelims 2021. Today we are going to discuss the brain teaser on Himalayan rivers. In Himalayan rivers we have the Indus river system and Ganga river system. So our target will be to discuss Indus river system. What all are the important parts of Indus river system? We will go for every point one by one. These are some of the important bits that you should know and these are important. Now let's see first point. First point, Indus river, whose Tibetan or Sanskrit name is Sindhu, Sindhi, Sindhu or Mehran. This name is important. All other than regular name, exceptional name must be remembered by you. So it is Mehran, great trans-Himalayan river of South Asia. It is one of the longest river in the world with a length of almost 3,200 km. It is not longest, but it is one of the longest river in the world with a length of almost 3,200 km. Now, what are the important aspects? Its total drainage area is about 11,65,000 km square area, of which almost 4,53,000 square kilometer area lies in India in the ranges of Himalayan foothills, in Hindu Kush and in the Karakoram ranges, and rest in the semi-arid plains of Pakistan. So almost 4,53,000 square kilometer area of Indus river system lies in India, and they could ask you a question in which ranges. So it is Himalayan ranges, Hindu Kush ranges and Karakoram range. The river annual flow is about 243 cubic kilometer, twice that of Nile river. Here whenever I am giving you comparison, it is important. So annual flow of the Indus river is twice that of Nile river. Nile river is in Egypt. The river's conventional name derives from Tibetan and Sanskrit name, which is Sindhu. So the traditional name is from two languages. One is Tibetan language, second is Sanskrit language. In Rig Veda, which composed about 1500 before Christ, mentions the river which is the source of country's name, that is India. Then the river rises in southwestern Tibet autonomous region of China. It means origin is in China, southwestern region of the autonomous province of Tibet, near Lake Mapam. This name of the lake is important. It rises near Lake Mapam at an elevation of about 5,500 meter height. The major cities of the Indus Valley civilization like Harappa and Mohenjo-daro date back around 3,300 before Christ and represent some of the largest human habitation of the ancient world. This poses a very significance for the ancient Indian civilization or ancient civilization of Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. This is the diagram. You can realize here it is Mapam Lake, then it comes, it is Peshawar, it is semi-arid plains of Pakistan, and it douches into the Arabian Sea at the Karachi. This is aerial photograph of the Indus river system. Now some important factual data from UPSC prelims point of view. First thing, what is the location of Indus river? It is located in China, India and Pakistan. State, Tibet, Ladakh, Punjab, Sindh, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, which is also known as North Western Frontier Province, NWFP, then Gilgit-Baltistan region. Which are the cities located on Indus river system? It is Leh, Skardu, Dasu, Besham, Thakot, Swabi, Dera Ismail Khan, Sukkar and Hyderabad. These are the important cities located on Indus river system. Then about the factual data about the discharge, no need to remember this data, just it is for information purpose. Location in Arabian Sea, location of discharge, average discharge 6,930 meter cube per second, minimum discharge 1200 meter cube per second, maximum discharge 58,000 meter cube per second. Then about tributaries. Tributaries of the Indus river system have been classified into left bank tributaries and right bank tributaries. This is potential area where you could get a question. UPSC could give you names of the rivers and could ask you which among the following are right bank tributaries of Indus or which among the following are left bank tributaries of the Indus. So here left bank tributaries are Zaskar, Suru, Son, Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Bias, Satluj, Panjan, these are Panjnad rivers, and Ghaggar, Hakra river, and also Luni river. So all these are left bank tributaries. I would suggest every one of you to remember all the names. Then right bank tributaries, they are Shok, Hunza, Gilgit, Swat, Kunar, Kubal, Kurram, Gomal, and finally Zob river. These are the important right bank tributaries of the Indus. This is the diagram. I would suggest, this is right bank tributary, this is the diagram. I would suggest every one of you to go through all these things. They are very, very important bits that you have to remember, and they are important from the perspective of all these things. Then about major tributaries, we'll try to understand every major tributaries in a detailed manner. Now first important major tributary is Jhelum river. Here remember, Jhelum river, it is location of the source. It is in Verinag spring in Jammu and Kashmir. Location of the mouth, it is Chenab river. Length is almost 725 km. Here remember, first river flows northward into Vular lake and then southward. At Baramulla, the river enters into a gorge into the hills. Now it joins the river Chenab at a location called as Trimmu. So this location Trimmu is very, very important. The river is navigable for about 160 kilometers. It forms the India-Pakistan boundary for almost 170 kilometers, and it emerges at a Potwar plateau near Mirpur. Potwar plateau near Mirpur in the Pakistan. Then next important aspect about this river is important dams on the river. They are Mangla Dam. It is one of the largest earth-filled dams in the world. Mangla Dam, it is one of the largest, not largest, it is one of the largest earth-filled dam in the world. Uri Dam. Then there is Kishan Ganga hydroelectric project, which was in news recently due to certain conflictual aspect of India and Pakistan. So it is Kishan Ganga hydroelectric plant. Then second important river is Chenab river. Now why this Chenab river is important? Some important aspect. Chenab river, source location Baralachala Pass in Himachal Pradesh. Mouth location Satluj river. Its length is almost 960 kilometers. The Chenab river was also called as Asikni in the Rigveda. What is meaning of Asikni? It means dark colored waters. Remember what is meaning of Asikni? Its meaning is dark colored water. In the Mahabharata, the common name of the river was Chandrabhaga because it was formed out of a confluence between two important streams. They were Chandra and Bhaga. It joins Satluj after receiving waters of Jhelum and Ravi. It has various dams. The names of the dams are important. First one is Salal Dam, then Dulhastia hydroelectric plant, third one is Pakul Dam, then Ratlia hydroelectric plant, and last one. All are in Jammu and Kashmir Union Territory. All these plants are located in the Jammu and Kashmir Union Territory. Then comes important river, next one, which is the Ravi river. Then what is the source location of Ravi river? It is in Hanuman Tibba near Bara Bengal, Kangra, Himachal Pradesh. Mouth location is Chenab river, Punjab, Pakistan, and length is about 720 km. Here remember, it drains area between Pir Panjal and Dholadhar range. This first line is important. This river drains an area between Pir Panjal and Dholadhar range. After crossing Chamba, it takes a southwesterly turn and cuts a deep gorge in the Dholadhar range. Here remember, it enters Punjab plains near Madhopur and it later on enters Pakistan below Amritsar. It debouches into the Chenab a little above Rangpur in Pakistan's Punjab province. Then next one is Bias river. Bias has a source location at Bias Kund, Himalayas in Himachal Pradesh. Mouth location Satluj river at Punjab. Length is almost 470 kilometers. Here remember, the Bias river originates near Rohtang Pass. This is important. At a height of 4062 meter above sea level on the southern end of the Pir Panjal range, close to the source of the Ravi. Here remember, it crosses the Dholadhar range and it takes a southwesterly direction and meets the Satluj river at Harike in Punjab. It is comparatively smaller river which is only 460 km long, but it lies entirely within the Indian territory. That's why the river is important. I repeat once again, this river lies completely into the Indian territory. This is the most significant part of this river. Then next is about Satluj River. Source location Langquen Zangba in Tibet. Mouth location, it confluences with Chenab. Length 1450 kilometers. Here remember, Satluj River rises from Manasarovar Rakas Lake in western Tibet at a height of 4570 meters within 80 kilometers of the source of the Indus. Like the Indus, it takes a northwesterly course up to the Shipkila on the Tibet-Himachal Pradesh boundary. Here it cuts a very deep gorge where it pierces the Great Himalaya and then Himalayan ranges. Before entering the Punjab plain, this river cuts a gorge in Naina Devi Dhar, where the famous Bhakra Dam has been constructed. I have given a diagram of Bhakra Dam. After entering the plains at Rupanagar, which is Ropar, it turns westward and is joined by Bias at Harike. This location is important where it joined. So it is joined by Bias River at Harike. Now this is the diagram of dam where it is said, so important line that you can use while your essay. Bhakra Nangal project is something tremendous, something stupendous, something which shakes up when you see it. Bhakra, the new temple of resurgent India, is the symbol of India's progress. It is said by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Then another important information, from near Firozpur to Fazilka, it forms a boundary between India and Pakistan for a length of almost 120 kilometers. It joins the Indus a few kilometers above Mithankot. Out of its total length of 1450 kilometers, it flows for 1050 kilometers into the Indian territory. Now, some important hydrology of all the Himalayan rivers, specifically Indus River system. The principal rivers of the Indus River system are snow-fed. Their flow varies greatly at different times of the year. The discharge is at minimum during the winter months, that is from December to February. There is rise of water in spring and in early summer, that is March to June, and flood occurs in the rainy season from July to September. You could get a question on this flow of water into the Indus River system. Here remember, occasionally there are devastating flash floods. The Indus and its tributaries receive all their waters in hilly upper part of the catchments. Therefore, their flow is at maximum where they emerge out of the foothills, and little surface below is added to the plains where evaporation and seepage considerably reduces the flow of the volume into the Indus River system. The Jhelum and the Chenab, two important rivers, they are combinedly carry roughly 1/4, and Ravi, Bias and Satluj combinedly constitutes the remainder of the total supply of the system. This is important area where you could get a question. Then second part is about climate of the Indus River system. From the source to its mouth, the annual precipitation in the Indus region varies between 5 and 20 inches, that is 125 and 510 millimeters of the annual rainfall. Except for the mountainous section of Pakistan, the Indus Valley lies in the driest part of the subcontinent. Northwestern winds sweep the upper Indus Valley in winter and bring 4 to 8 inches, that is 100 to 200 mm of rainfall, which is vital for successful growing of wheat and barley. Here remember, the mountainous regions of the upper Indus receives precipitation largely in the form of snow. A large amount of Indus water is provided by melting snows and glaciers of the Karakoram, Hindu Kush and Himalayan mountain valleys and ranges. The monsoon rain, that is from July to September, provide the rest of the flow. The climate of the Indus Valley ranges from that of the dry semi-desert areas of the Sindh and Punjab provinces to severe high mountain climate of Kohistan, Hunza, Gilgit, Ladakh and western Tibet. January temperature averages below freezing in the mountainous north, while July daytime high temperature averages about 100 degree Fahrenheit, that is 30 degree centigrade in the Sindh and Punjab provinces. Jacobabad. You must have heard this name many times. Jacobabad, one of the hottest spots on the earth, is situated west of the Indus River in northern Sindh and often records summer maximum of 120 degree Fahrenheit, that is 49 degree centigrade. Remember the name Jacobabad. Then next important, the most important point of conflict between India and Pakistan is Indus Water Treaty. Why it is important? The Indus Water Treaty between India and Pakistan marks its 60th birthday, 60th anniversary on 19th September 2020. So this year's UPSC means you could get a question on Indus Water Treaty. The basin is mainly shared by India and Pakistan with a small share of China and Afghanistan. You can go for these rivers, you can realize, here remember these three, 1, 2 and 3. So orange, they are eastern rivers. India has full rights over first, second and third, that is Bias, Ravi and Satluj. India has full right over Bias, Ravi and Satluj, and these three grain 4, 5, 6, they are western rivers. Pak to get unrestricted access, they are Indus, Jhelum, Chenab. We'll go in details of these things. Let's go for it. See. With the partition of India in 1947, waters of Indus river system were also divided. The sharing formula devised after prolonged negotiation sliced the Indus system into two halves. Three western rivers, that is Indus, Jhelum and Chenab, went to Pakistan, and the three eastern rivers, that is Satluj, Ravi and Bias, were portioned to the India. Here remember, India is allowed to keep up to 20% water of the western rivers for irrigation, power generation, hydroelectricity and other transport purposes. As per Indus Water Treaty, granted 3.6 million acre feet of permissible storage capacity to India on the western rivers, but due to poor water development projects, 2 to 3 million acre feet water flows unrestricted into the Pakistani territory. Here, it seemed equitable, but India conceded 80.52% of the aggregate water flows in the Indus system to Pakistan and also gave rupees 83 crore of pound sterling to Pakistan to help build replacement canals from the western rivers. The World Bank is the third party and it played a pivotal role in delivering all important aspects of the Indus Water Treaty, which is the important aspect of this Indus Water Treaty. So that's all from my side. We'll be meeting soon with more number of brain teasers tomorrow. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Thank you.